the future of the Russian war economy does not depend on Hungary and Slovakia.
I would ask both Slovakia and Hungary to sit down and look at those possibilities.
We are putting pressure on Hungary.
At today's General Affairs Council in Brussels, EU ministers confronted sharp divisions over Ukraine's accession and energy dependence on Russia. Danish Minister for European Affairs, Bjerre, stressed that Ukraine is ready to open all accession clusters this year. She said Denmark is pressuring Hungary to unblock the talks, but warned that if Budapest refuses, the presidency will pursue other political and practical measures to bring Ukraine closer to the EU.
It is about security in Ukraine, but also security for Europe and our capability of defending ourselves in the future. We are putting pressure on Hungary to formally open the first cluster, and if that's not possible, we as a Danish presidency are working on all other political or practical measures we can do in order to bring Ukraine closer to the EU. We have in fact already done so. For instance, in July we made the agreement Rome Like a Home is now available for Ukraine 1st of January next year, and that make Ukraine come closer to EU.
Hungary, however, defended its position. Minister János Bóka said more than 70% of Hungarians oppose Ukraine's accession and argued that keeping channels of communication with Moscow is vital for peace negotiations.
As a politician, I work in a political environment, and the political environment in Hungary is that more than 70% of the Hungarians do not support continuing the accession process with Ukraine. This is a political reality that we have to take into consideration.
He also insisted that Hungary and Slovakia's reliance on Russian fossil fuels does not determine the survival of Russia's war economy, pointing instead to support for President Trump's peace initiative.
The Americans' objective is clear. They want peace as soon as possible, and we fully and unconditionally support President Trump's peace initiative. The American partners are very conscious of the special position of Hungary and Slovakia, and are very understanding. In some aspects, they are more understanding than our European partners. And I think they perfectly are aware that the future of the Russian war economy does not depend on Hungary and Slovakia, that has a combined population of less than 50 million people and take up less than 2% of the EU's GNI. So I don't think that it is Hungary and Slovakia that keeps the Russian war economy afloat.
Poland took the opposite line. Deputy Minister Ignacy Niemczycki urged Hungary to lift its veto and called on both Hungary and Slovakia to cut ties with Russian energy imports. He underlined that alternatives exist and said Poland is ready to help diversify supply routes.
So the opening of the first cluster, it's no secret, it depends on Hungary right now. This is the single member state blocking it. But I'm hopeful. I trust in the presidency and will be supporting the presidency. We've also offered our support in diversifying routes of import. So I really think that there are possible solutions, and I would ask both Slovakia and Hungary to sit down and look at those possibilities.
The debate comes as U.S. Senator Lindsey warned Budapest and Bratislava of consequences if they fail to move away from Moscow's oil and gas. President Trump himself has called on NATO allies to stop buying oil from Russia, promising new sanctions once Europe fully breaks with Moscow.